much, Subhojit. I think a very interesting topic you are bringing up, and also very real life challenges you mentioned. And now I request Dr. Pranita to talk about your experiences in this sector, in the menstrual health and hygiene, and how you are linking it with the corporate social responsibility, since you are working as a manager sustainability.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, I've been a researcher and my whole PhD has been on menstrual health. And before that, I have worked in Darjeeling with water and sanitation, and I worked with tea plantations. Basically, initially it used to be only water and sanitation, and later on we initiated the menstrual health aspect of it. So from there, I kind of gained a lot of knowledge about the experiences of menstrual health and how water and sanitation actually affects menstrual health of women, especially in rural and urban settlements. And then that kind of really intrigued me to get into a PhD. And I worked on documenting the subjective menstrual experiences of women. And one of the major factors that affected their menstrual experiences was water and sanitation. And Darjeeling, if you know, it's like a post-colonial town, and the water and sanitation facilities are very poor till now. So while I was interacting with them, while we were having in-depth conversations, what I understood was also a lot of times felt was that women, like when they went to the school, they used to wear a sanitary pad and they would not change their pads until evening. So 8 hours they would not change their pads, and this led to other vaginal infections. This led to stress, anxiety. They could not participate in the classroom effectively, and they would kind of refrain from urinating. They would refrain from using the washrooms because the washrooms were very unhygienic, were very dirty. So this also, then they would kind of refrain from drinking water. And because some women kind of have to use, in rural areas also, they have to use common washrooms. They have shared common facilities. So they were scared to use washrooms at night. So they would not drink water or eat at night, or at certain periods of time. Their mobility was affected. Women choose to stay at home or go home. School students would prefer to go home if they had period in school. And overall, their well-being, their participation, and their agency was affected in ways that we could have kind of never kind of imagined or documented. Because as we were talking about, how wash is not just wash or menstrual, it's not just menstrual health, it's gender, it's discrimination, it's a lot of mental and physical and other parts of health is also affected. So that's how I kind of experienced what the relationship between wash and imaging was, and that was a very interesting finding for me. And coming to your second part is the idea of being into a CSR. So I've been a development sector professional for a very very long time, and my research also in the field. But I've joined CSR very recently, and being on this side of the table, I think for CSR, what we do is we kind of fund very innovative projects. So our CSR funds certain innovative projects which I feel should kind of make modules. So for CSR and working with say development sector, startups, and organizations working in the field of menstrual health, I think modules can be prepared. Uh, Modules that are scalable, that are replicable, that can be kind of taken up at a larger scale, that can be taken up at a policy level, and where advocacy can be done for them. So that's what we're working on. We work actually because CSR doesn't have that kind of funds to kind of meet everyone's needs. But however, we can make modules that kind of would work for the other parts.
Thank you so much. You recounted very real life examples and also surprising things, I think, which should be brought more to the forefront, to the policy dialogue, wherever state governments are making policy, nationally policy dialogues are going on, even when CSR summits and all are going on. These real life challenges, like you were mentioning, girls hesitate to drink a lot of water, use the toilet, and same pad or maybe some other material continues to be used for extended hours. So many health issues. I think also listening to you, and you just mentioned being on the other side of the table, you realize that certain element of innovation, uniqueness has to be there in the project so that they receive the proper funding support. So what would you like? What would be your key messages to grassroots organizations who are working on the menstrual health and hygiene, so that they might have the intent, the capacity also might be there, but then they don't know how to package the. They might have something unique and innovative, definitely, but may not be able to package it in a particular way. So, what would be your key recommendation for those?
I think a platform like this, like the MHM Summit, where I can see a lot of innovators, a lot of startups, a lot of grassroots level organizations, and I think very few CSR personnel. I am from CSR, but my personal interest is on menstrual health. So I think a platform like this, where we talk about menstrual health and we talk about the nuances of menstrual health, we just not talk about constructing a sanitation, we just not just talk about constructing toilets for schools. So a platform like this, where CSR personnel are involved in this debate, where we talk about menstrual health, and you were saying menstrual health is a RCH, reproductive and child health, and I said it is also WASH, but he did not agree. He said no, it's RCH. So it's kind of really difficult for us to make them understand that a lot of the factors. Menstrual health is not just menstrual health, right? It impacts a lot of aspects of the lives of 50% of the population. So to make them understand, to involve them in conversations, to involve them in forums, to involve them in policies, and then to kind of have them, give them a space to where they can also give their inputs, resources. I think is my recommendation for everyone working.
Very worthwhile, I would say. A lot of grassroots organizations will definitely benefit from these. And now I would like to move on to PowerPoint presentation by Gramalaya. I think Sir would like to talk about that.
Very quickly, I will share Gramalaya's wash experience. Below this, we can find it, simple technology. Now it has been removed because we promote that, either social marketing or free distribution. So according to the CSR support or wherever it is needed, for example, in Pudupari district, 100% we do that social marketing. Another area where corporate support for under free distributions. Oracles, for example, they supported 15,000 reusable carpet in Puducherry alone for the government school children. Other area, according to the situation, we do that. The school toilet or community toilets, wherever it is possible, we not only ensure that access, and also proper disposal we consider. Next. So see that our reusable carpet, that is Snega Sergey, one of the ambassador and other volunteers say they promote it, and because of the benefits occurred and felt from them. So social marketing happens due to these players. We can tell that there are MHM warriors. So these are some of the VIPs. They recognized Gramalaya because of our initiatives. These is the left side, Puducherry Governor Kiran Bedi, they give a best NGO award for promotion of sustainable smart toilet. Smart toilet is nothing but sustainable, safe and sustainable, maintainable, affordable, recyclable, and technically perfect model toilets. In the right side, you know that CM Rangasamy, he is participating on the Bhumi Puja of constructing. Such a we make an advocacy and lobbying and collaboration with the government officials and different stakeholders to promote sustainable sanitation. Next. So these are the Vicky award we got it because of renovation of individual toilets. So the toilet has been already constructed by under a different program, for example, Swachh Bharat Mission and other program, but it's not sustainable usage. Next. So we renovate. These are the new toilet. It is not new toilet. So looks like the new toilet, but it is a damaged toilet. We do the restoration, retrofitting, reconstruction likewise. See this, the old age women, they have to cross the road. So in order to avoid this crossing the road, we do that Western model toilets. And otherwise we do that Indian model toilets because Western model toilets consumes 10 liters of water for every day, whereas Indian model toilets only 2 liters of water. So some of the community toilets which is not new toilets, or the damaged toilets which has been renovated with the support of HTBFS and HT Parai Foundations. More than 300 community toilets have been renovated. Not only renovating, we provide them to incinerate facility. Or otherwise, they go to today morning also Union Minister told that blockage is a huge problem. So we avoid that no sustainable sanitation. Next. So these are the some of the IEC materials. Easy left side, buddy kits, which are the main hygiene education materials used. The next picture shows that our founder Damodaran Sir Bakshi is sitting that hygiene corner. So these are the different materials used for hygiene promotion. And next photo is taken also hygiene corner with the Goa, and below that part is an Education Minister of Tamil Nadu, Anbil Magesh Poyamali. He is participating regularly in our sanitation program. Next is a promotion like this. This is the campaign. So IMHM Director Preeti ma'am is participating and recognizing the school teachers. School teachers play a pivotal role in behavior communication with the children. So we regularly organize around 4,000 school children have been trained during the last year with the support of DBHE Detail Pandega Swachhanda project. These are some of the IEC materials. See, we involve different approaches. You ask innovative approaches for sustainable behavior change communication. Build part 2 and puppet show like this. Next. So all the credit goes to Badmasri Awardee, Damodaranji, and our other donor Rakit. Likewise, different 20 corporates they are supporting for sustainable behavior change. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So with that, coming to the conclusion of the panel discussion, I think due to lack of time, we'll be able to take only 2 questions from the audience, because all our panelists are having wealth of experience with them. So just 2 questions. So I think I saw a hand from that side. Yes, sir. You raised your hand first.
So
yes.
regarding the point which you addressed, the punishment or retrofitting of a certain component which will convert our unique the regular one into the menstrual appropriate ones.
Yeah, so this door so that girls can hang their clothing when they change the sanitary pad, having something as simple and low cost as a dustbin for the sanitary pad, and definitely high and the resource settings can have more better settings, more better facilities. Hand washing with soap facility is very crucial for menstrual hygiene friendly toilet. And also having a changing room, a dry part of the storage compartment in the wall of the toilet unit, so that person can put the sanitary pad there and change the old one. So I think these are very simple things which can be taken care of.
Just to share one more example about involving gender neutralization in this component at the school level. My experience just want to share regarding the vending machines which we have provided to the multiple institutes.
Sir, sorry, one request, sorry sir. Actually, we will continue the discussions in the lunch time, but just now we are going to wind up the panel, so I want to give equal opportunity, some more questions, yes? During lunch time, we'll continue the discussion. Yeah, please ma'am. Yeah, she can.
Most of you are like promoting reusable products. So I just want to understand what are the challenges that you faced encouraging the shift from disposable to reusable product, and how did you address them?
So here, like for the disposable product, what happens is that few of the intervention what we saw, which is varying from Surat tribal hostel to a home shelter in Navi Mumbai to a tribal village in MP, they were actually because of the lack of availability and the money they have, they were washing the disposable pads and also drying and reusing. So the washing of the reusable product is a big stigma in the urban sector. That's what we have understood in 5 years, because we feel like, oh, we cannot touch our period blood, we cannot wash it. So one example, what we give everyone there is, if you stain, right? If you stain in your pants, if you stain in your bed sheets or any other thing, would you throw that piece of cloth away? Aren't you washing that? I mean, that's the period blood you're staining. That's a very simple, like how Subhojit also mentioned, how you deliver and understanding the entire audience. So that's what we tell them. And the places where we already know with the understanding of community that they're fine washing and reusing a product, because anyway they're drying, so they have that space. So it becomes easier for us to say that this is a very unhygienic practice, because let's say the gel factor, if you put it in water, it's all gonna flare up. So then it's better to use this. But there has been a little stigma of ganda kapda and the cloth pad. So we overcome by telling them that usually that time they would dry it on a surface and then hide it from another cloth. So that's why that how do you say that हम कीटाणु मारते हैं. So we tell them कि आपको घर पे कुछ भी आपको सैनिटाइज करना हो तो आप क्या करते हो, आप धूप में रखते हो, हवा लगाते हो. That's equally how you just dry it. So you do not need to always put it into a sterilizer. So these are very simple ways how we talk to them, and with their daily life practices, we try to tell them, so that that's how we convince them to actually switch to something like this. And this can be used up to 1 to 2 years, so it's very pocket friendly. And we also try to train them कि अगर आपके पास कोई NGO नहीं आ रहा है, no individual is coming to distribute, how you can stitch your own cloth pad with a basic cotton towel or a cotton bed sheet, and at least you can wash it and then dry it. That's the simple way we do it.
Thank you, Nandini. Just one last question. I think you have been raising your hand for a long time.
Um, Thank you. I just wanted to, if anyone has any thoughts or some stories to share about in the communities, in the geographies that all of you are working, what are you seeing happen around various kinds of disasters or climate emergencies that communities are facing, whether it is a drought or floods or cyclones, what is it, or even fires. I mean, but the community is getting affected by all of that. We talked about toilets, we talked about water. If you have any kind of insights into talk about that.
Sure. Thank you for that question. So, starting with the stories, Delhi saw floods last year, and I think this year also, and Manipur